Bursaria truncatella. Bursaria truncatella. Bursaria truncatella is a very large, scoop-shaped, yellow-brown or dark brown, rapidly swimming ciliate, as seen here on a non-cover slipped preparation at magnification of 75 times. As seen here, under some compression, the organism is ovoid in general outline and rounded posteriorly, but it is flatly truncated anteriorly. The literature quotes the length of bursaria as anywhere from 250 to 1700 microns, the latter definitely placing it in the macroscopic range. The organism seen here was measured as approximately 740 microns in length. The anterior truncated end of the organism presents a large, round mouth, which is the peristomal entrance. The mouth opens into a deep, horn-shaped, large, buccal cavity, a wide channel which extends downward more than halfway into the body of the organism, terminating at the cytopharyngeal entrance. On the ventral surface, the buccal channel is like a gaping open slit, giving the organism a scoop-like appearance. Bursaria is a holotrichous ciliate. Numerous fine cilia can be seen along its periphery and along the surrounding edge of its mouth. Dental-shaped groups of membranelle-like collections of coarse cilia can be seen lining the proximal buccal channel, as clearly illustrated in the diagram from Kudo. Bursaria has prominent adoral zone ciliary membranes which spiral downward deep into its huge buccal cavity. These are so pronounced that at one time Bursaria was considered to be a spirotrich. Bursaria was described by Muller as early as 1776. It is now classified as a ciliate of the family Bursaridae, of which Bursaria is one genus and Bursaria truncatella a species. There are at least 49 recognized species of Bursaria, including Bursaria truncatella. Note that bursaria truncatella was actually described by Muller in 1773. There are many fine drawings and illustrations of bursaria to be found in the literature and on the internet. There are also a number of fine photomicrographs of bursaria to be found in the literature and on the internet. Interestingly, they each individually differ and show the organism from a variety of perspectives using several kinds of microscopical techniques. In these two different views, note again the spiral-like collection of dense ciliary membranes lining the buccal cavity. The photomicrograph of bursaria on the viewer's right has been processed to accentuate and illustrate a relatively typical outline of the body of bursaria. It also clearly shows some of the more prominent cilia in the mouth region and along the margin of the ventral cleft, which opens widely into the buccal cavity. Bursaria feeds voraciously on ciliates, particularly paramecia. The blackish-brown bodies in the cytoplasm of this organism are paramecia which have been ingested and partially digested. Note the relative size of paramecium and bursaria, and also compare the photomicrograph to the illustration from John's text, which shows a paramecium alongside bursaria. Both John and Kudo describe a longitudinal ridge or lengthwise fold which divides the peristomal cavity of bursaria into two chambers, as illustrated in the photomicrograph by two different sets of arrows. Bursaria has a macronucleus and multiple micronuclei. The macronucleus is variously described as bandiform and C-shaped. The central photomicrograph here shows the typical C-shape of the nucleus in the usual context. The photomicrographs to either side show bursaria in a somewhat dehydrated state, in which the organism becomes rounded up and the nuclear features are intensified and exaggerated. In this group of photomicrographs, the nucleus takes on the appearance of the number 7, or a somewhat distorted number 3, or the letter C. Here again is bursaria swimming freely in two preparations of non-cover slipped drops of water. Note that it swims quickly, mainly in the forward direction, with its peristome open, apparently screening for food. Note also that it can swim backward as well and change direction easily, and can rotate on its long axis. When slowed down by cover slip pressure, bursaria moves forward more slowly, mouth open, and shows a remarkable degree of pellicular softness and flexibility, and a tendency to rounding up into a more compact shape. In this enlarged view, which contains a calibrated micrometer scale, the size and features of bursaria described in this program can be reviewed. Note the numerous tiny protists in the culture. No doubt they were a plentiful food supply.